Hey guys, my name's Ashley Crandall. So as Cheyenne mentioned, Australia is facing some serious poverty issues. I would like to present some solutions that may help to reduce the poverty problem. Since poverty can be measured by looking at what essential items people are missing out on through lack of income or by having to spend more of their income on certain costs above others, I believe that changing their healthcare policy would be a major leap in the right direction. This would be part of the L, legislative, and the Let's acronym that we have learned in this class. Australia would need to pass a law much different from the Obamacare law here in the United States that would require people to pay for a copay whenever they are going to the doctor or hospital. This would be based off of their income and their insurance plan. According to a Forbes article titled What the U.S. Can Learn from the Australian Healthcare Debate, written by Paul Hasaya in 2014, Australians are able to walk into a hospital and not worry about having to pay for anything. This is causing taxpayers close to $1 billion a year for minor conditions like the first symptoms of a chest cold or a sprained ankle. And while though being able to provide health care to everyone and anyone is a beautiful thing, is it realistic when it's putting the taxpayers in that country in a severe debt deficit? I think not. Passing a law requiring the insurance companies of Australia to force their policyholders to pay a copay based off of their current income and insurance plan would be a reasonable solution to this healthcare problem. Another solution that I would like to present is raising the minimum wage in Australia. According to CNNmoney.com, Alana Petrov wrote an article in 2015 called "This Country Has the Best Minimum Wage in the World." And the minimum wage in Australia is $9.54 an hour. Sounds pretty sweet, right? Compared to what we get here in the United States. But is it? So I did some digging because I wanted to know what life would be like if I was a student in Australia working a minimum wage job and going to school. And I found on studyinaustralia.gov.au a breakdown of just the cost of a rental, like a rent house, is $440 a week. Multiply that by 52 weeks a year, and the total is $22,880. Well, if I'm working a minimum wage job at $9.54 an hour times 52 weeks in a year, I would be making $19,843.20. That's around $3,000 less than what I need just to pay for my rental. This doesn't include electricity, gas, water, food, fuel, or insurance. What would I do? This is how Australians feel. Cost of living increases by percentage per year and has continued to rise over a decade while minimum wage has not changed. You need to have annual or biannual changes to the minimum expense premised upon the changes of the cost of living, for example, like electricity, gas, water, food, fuel, insurance. Australia needs to legislate a law that changes the minimum wage increase on an annual basis premised upon the annual increase of the cost of living. If expenses increase year after year, much like here in the United States, and you don't have an increase on the minimum wage, then there's no way that a citizen working for a minimum wage job can break even. There's no way they can sustain an acceptable living of wage standard, and they will just continue to fall into the abyss of poverty.